All right. So we're working on the settings page today, and we're at 11 o'clock on January 4th. I have worked on it a few days here and haven't had any updates, so let me just show you where we're at with things. Right now, when you log in, go back here. Here's your dashboard. You can enter today's weight. If you go to the weight menu, one change here is that I've got time zones included now. So it is actually looking at my current time, and it won't display January 5th until after midnight my time. So before it was just looking at I think the UTC time. So when UTC time switched to okay, I'll do that. I was going to talk about some of my ideas here. I'll post them. Was using UTC time, and so I've wrapped that into my auth page, and that's going to be something you can get. The name of this whole kind of development system that I'm using, which will help you get apps out the door hopefully very quickly. The process that I'm building here, we're just going to call it K2 because every framework needs a name. Okay. So anyway, mostly got some things going, working behind the scenes and things like this. Right now I'm working on reminder time. So reminder time is like the time that you want to be sent a text message every morning, usually, or evening, whenever, to remind you to enter your weight. And we might send something like this where there's quick picks and you can just pick your weight and it logs it. But one of the things we're discovering, or I'm discovering, is there's a date picker, but there's no time picker. So in Designer here, it would be really nice if we could say not date picker, but a time picker that just selected time. Probably our JavaScript libraries out there that do it, but this is a low-code tool, so we really would like to. That's something that people need. And the date picker, although you can disable the date selection, it's very confusing, and people aren't going to understand that. If they're looking at this and they see a date there, they're going to think, why am I setting a reminder up for a specific date as opposed to a time? We could create a couple list boxes and have hours, minutes, and AM, PM, and that would work fine too, but we're looking for something fast and simple. So I'm playing with quick picks now. Quick picks are down here, and you can just kind of hard code some possible picks. Of course, you're limited to 10, which isn't very cool. And this would be really nice if this was a SQL that I could write or a stored procedure or something, but it had the ability to kind of set a source for my quick picks. And I really do like this. You could do this for tags, for other things. It would be nice if this was also multi-select, so you could set it up so every time they pick one, it adds an option up here. This would be a great feature for tags. So those are some ideas. I think I'm going to go with quick picks for now and just kind of set some times, and then that kind of establishes the format. So hopefully the user, if they want to do something different, would just pick one and then modify it. They can just modify it there, and then I'll have a validator on the back end that basically tries to do a to date on whatever they enter, so they could do a 24-hour clock, and we'll probably have some help up here that will show them that. Use a 24-hour clock if you want, and we'll just validate that on the back end with trying to do a to date on it, and if it works, then we'll assume they got a valid time in there, and if not, we'll assume it's not valid, and we can look for AM, PM in the string and determine if it's a 24-hour clock or not. So anyway, that's what we're working on now, just kind of finishing up settings, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to work on next. Might work on the membership token. So this is basically where a user would put their Gumroad token, so they go out on Gumroad, buy a subscription. Now, it's possible that we could be polling on the back end, see that they bought the subscription, and automatically put their token in here, or just disable this and say, we have your token on record. But if that back end process doesn't work, the simplest method right now is to put a token in here. Also, with this field, we could use, I guess, other token. You could literally have a list of tokens and send them out to users. on your own. You don't even have to use Gumroad. They could pay you via PayPal, and then you give them a token, and you could have that token validated on the back end. So I might work on that a little bit next today. All right, there's an update for Super Loser. We'll talk to you later.